Today's doctrine is going to be very interesting, and if you're smart, it's not that difficult of a concept, but if you're stupid, you might not understand. Mindset and the role it plays to your success. As usual, this content is not scripted, and I find it very difficult to script content. Maybe it's this idea that I want to flex or the desire to reveal my monumental intellect and how intelligent I am and my photographic memory. Perhaps it's that desire that fuels my nonchalance towards content. I wouldn't address it as nonchalance because this content and the information you're about to reveal, you're about to receive, is better than 80% of what you receive out there. Unfortunately, how you do the small things is how you do the big things. I've sat down, analyzed myself, and what I discovered, this idea of rigidity is disgusting. I love flexibility. That's why I detest a 9 to 5. That's why I'd rather take the entrepreneurial route than work for someone else. This idea of someone confining me to a box or giving direction is something I detest. In fact, in my day-to-day life, I'll say this for a fact. I struggle when someone says, approach me. It looks as though you're ordering me. I hate the idea of telling me to do things. Just give me the direction. Don't micromanage me. I will get it done. So that's the first thing. Mindset plays a huge role as touching your success. You've not started, but that's like a preamble to the discourse. But mindset is very important. I've said it countless times in this platform. How you think determines what you believe. What you believe leads to your action. Your action produces your result. Your result determines the ultimate quality of your life. In order to change your results, what do you change? Exactly. The problem with most people, they change their results by getting that Gucci belt, getting the latest device, getting something external as opposed to the mindset that led to that result. If there's an unfavorable result, an unfavorable outcome, before you solve that problem, the first thing I want you to understand is you cannot solve the problems in your life with the mindset that brought about those problems. I'll say it again. You cannot solve the problems in your life with the mindset that brought those problems. You need a new information, a superimposing of new information to take that dirt out of your mind, out of your mind. Solving problems by externality doesn't really solve the problem. You solve the problem by changing the beliefs that led to the action, producing that negative outcome. That's one of the ways you solve problems. Because mindset is very important. How you think is very important as touching your success route. In fact, your thinking limits the opportunity you can take advantage of. For instance, if you detest elephants, if there was some opportunity associated with that animal, you would be unable to capitalize. Why? You detest them. Inadvertently recycling seasons of pain and frustration. Majority of you will spend extensive hours in prayer, asking all kinds of wrong questions, whereas the answer has already been given. The mindset is very important as touching success. How you see things, how you perceive things. A huge subset of you identify with failure as opposed to seeing it for what it is, which is a separate event. Failure is an event. You don't really fail until you quit. Is it really failure if you succeeded at the end? Please think about this deeply. Is it really failure if you succeed at the end? Failure is just an emotion. Failure is how you think, how you perceive things. The mindset is very important. That's the first one. Another point which will prove very useful in today's discourse is pattern recognition. This one is very important. It's also a subset of mindset and how you think. At the infancy of my career, I would get excited about doing something, start doing the thing, stop doing the thing because I've not achieved the level of success I desire. I kept undertaking this incessant loop of being motivated, feeling depressed because other people have the results I do not have at the time. And I kept wondering, why don't I have success? I'm putting in the effort, I'm putting in the hours. My friend, I want you to begin to observe yourself. Be aware of your actions, be aware of how you think in certain moments. If you can detach and observe your daily actions, you'll find very quickly that the daily trivia, the activities undertaken to produce the desired outcome is insufficient. Now you understand why you are a failure. It's not some curse from the universe. It's not some thing or some plague that happened to you. You are a failure because you've been failing at life in all of its ramifications. You are a failure because you refuse to undertake the actions that leads to success. So don't blame anybody. Don't cast your problems on someone or try to play the victim. It was her fault I didn't start the business. She discouraged me from undergoing that business. It's a loser's way to think, and you're never going to get far operating in that mental model. Take 100% accountability for every single thing that goes right or wrong in your life, and you'll be fine. You will see a massive improvement in your life. As usual, I'm very busy these days, so we'll keep it succinct and comprehensive. As always, my friend, pleasure speaking to you. See you in the next one.